with this Coach Canales system.
Another throw and a right on target and right near a first down. Hubbard came in with 17 catches. They've already had a couple of targets. And Dalton set to throw, hesitates. Pressure coming from behind, floats one, and it's caught. Deontay Johnson right by the sideline. Had another receiver in the area.
Andy Dalton took a shot.
Dalton set to throw again from midfield, middle of the field, at the 20-yard line. It's Johnson again. And another Carolina first down, moving it on their second possession here. Hubbard goes to top of your screen as a receiver on 2nd and 17. Dalton goes underneath, and back around the 10 is David Moore, who made that catch.
Looking like man-to-man across the board. 0.
Dalton trying to throw quick. He does, and what a catch! Deontay Johnson, he went back and snared that thing for 6.
It's just all-out pressure across the board, but I want you to watch Andy Dalton's back foot. He has a plan. He knows I can barely step into this throw. I can't hitch into this throw. And to trust his wideout on the outside to cross up the leverage right there is so big.
3 receivers, bottom of your screen. Cousins in that area to Mooney. Darnell Mooney. Cousins throws. And here comes a flag for Mooney. Horn was with him, and he's complaining.
Pass interference. Defense, number 8. The ball was placed at the spot of the foul.
Major conversion with the help of the penalty. Algier is in, and Tyler Algier gets the block and the football to the 30.
With an excellent offensive line, they'll keep the quarterback's jersey clean, and they'll get the run game rolling.
And there's Algier rolling again near another first down, maybe a yard short.
I love his game and the way he's developing.
Robinson, Bijan Robinson is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Extra point, we got a tie game.
We see him working out of that pistol, but I love what they did. It really was the tempo that caught the Panthers off guard. If they want to make a push in this NFC South and stay relevant, these young guys got to step up. There he is.
Underneath, tackled right away at the 39-yard line. 3rd and 5. Cousins throws, knocked away, but caught by Ray McLeod on the deflection. Another 3rd down, needs 6 this time. Almost got the Panthers to jump. Cousins, pressure coming, but got rid of it. And what a grab by McLeod. Ball came out at the end. They ruled it a catch on the field. Chuba Hubbard the back from the 41-yard line of Atlanta. And Hubbard with a hole to the 26 of the Falcons. By the way, that was the first challenge of Dave Canales' career. Dalton throws, and the catch is made by Sanders. Miles Sanders out of bounds. Got a 1st and goal. They're spotting him at the 9-yard line at the moment. Deontay Johnson, bottom of your screen. Dalton looks and can't find anybody.
Raheem Morris, plenty of games under their belt.
And Eddie Pinheiro.
Coming off an Achilles injury, are you kidding me?
He wasn't kidding. And Cousins, open. Pitts, Kyle Pitts is tripped up inside the 10-yard line. What a catch and carry from Kyle Pitts.
A route where he can just keep running, that's his specialty.
The pitch to Bijan Robinson. Already 1 touchdown. Robinson's going to have 2 today. Touchdown Falcons, and a flag down back at the 10.
For 2 points.
Watch Matthews right here, number 70 out in front.
Shaw Smith-Wade is the rookie from Washington State who they called it on.
And then Charlie Werner, 89. Right there, that's a scoring block. But they plucked him from San Francisco. Remember that. Run it again.
Algier is the back. Tyler Algier will have no problem. It's a slam dunk for Atlanta. 15-10.
they get a chance to rally and tackle like they just did, and you get right back to 3rd and long.
They need 18. Dalton backpedaling, unloads. Short of the first is Sanders on the receiving end. Got a couple of catches today, does Pitts. Cousins completes. London spinning. Inside the 10. Got to be a first down for the Falcons. Algier the back. Pitts in motion. Cousins fires. Oh, touchdown Falcons. Drake London between a couple of defenders.
Look at Drake London. He's going to fake the fade and then kind of pirouette back inside. I don't know if this was supposed to be a slant or not, but I love what he did. He got to the catch point, strong hands, big body. Kirk Cousins knew what to do with the football. Dot him right in the face mask. He knew he was going to get tagged.
Second quarter, Atlanta has separated itself from Carolina. In the pocket, throwing and on target for a first down, slipping out of bounds. Jalen Coker, the rookie free agent. Second quarter, Atlanta has separated itself from Carolina. In the pocket, throwing and on target for a first down, slipping out of bounds. Jalen Coker, the rookie free agent.
Hear him saying lucky. He's sending that offensive line to the left for the pressure.
And the blitz is on. And Dalton gets out of it. He's got room to run all the way for the first down. He's going to go for more. Inside the 10 and out of bounds. From the pocket, he'll dump it off to Hubbard. He's got to beat a man, and 2 close in on him.
Oh, he's giving him a call.
Yep, he's going to go. The clock running, 14-13 counting. No timeout.
You're going to get some sits in the end zone.
He's got a moment. Throws one quickly. Oh, fingertip grab. Liggett gets the 6. He loves horses and riding into the end zone with a touchdown grab.
Well, he's just going to run a corner route from the outside and hold the corner underneath with Coker on the out route. Just a little reversed type China route. Oh, man. What a catch and what.
Pass he is caught. Stopped short of the 40. That's London. Instead, it's Robinson, Bijan Robinson, and first down out of bounds around the 42. Raheem Morris putting together an unselfish group after a 17-yard gain. Robinson again. Near a first down, maybe a yard short.
They love attacking the edges with these runs. Left and right.
Cousins throws wide open. Darnell Mooney had to go to the ground to catch it. Robinson is back in.
101.
Catch. Pulled away from London. He had it at the goal line, but was trying to turn to bring the ball in. Younghoe Koo. And he's good from 21 yards. He was perfect on the season. First couple of games, 15 rushes so far today. That's 16 rushes, and that's why they want Hubbard to carry the ball more. All the way up near midfield. From the pocket, Dalton, catch made, and the rookie has it for a first down. Pass is caught by Deontay Johnson, who's down to the 20. Another Panther first down.
I think you're going to get coverage again.
And he's got time if he can find somebody on the move. Dalton has to keep and go out of bounds. This will be a 40-yard attempt to get to within 5. And Eddie Pinheiro slides that one through. They got that 3 receiver at the bottom of the screen look again,
There's your bunch
that you talked about. And down the middle, caught by McLeod. First down. That's McLeod. Dancing around. Cousins has it, and open. Inside the 35 is London. Drake London.
He says just get out of here. For love of the game, clear it open for Drake.
And he wrote that ticket. Here's another one to Drake. The blitz is on. Cousins.
Oh, he quit on it. He wants to work with them. This is the kind of tape that you teach guys on. We always got a shot if you run for me, but I need you to run.
And we'll see a lot of those moments in the NLCS. Backed up inside their own 13. Dalton with a quick flip. Sanders opening the fourth quarter down 8. From inside the 20. Hubbard has some room. 14 carries. He has accounted for 30% of the offense of Carolina this season.
There we go.
Stay with him. And he's going to get a first down across the 40. Dalton. Catch. Held on to by Johnson. Dalton. Going deep.
Oh, what do we
at
say?
the 15. A.J. Terrell with the pick. Tyler Algier the back. Big defensive play from the Falcons as Algier bounces his way across the 22 and still going and still going and still going. All the way up to the 35-yard line. Cousins has a moment here and will complete Drake London across midfield and a first down. They were on the same page that time. Robinson, big hole. Inside the 35 and another Atlanta first down.
And he's really applying it tonight.
Algier can't tackle him. Tyler Algier down to the 2. Communicate a lot.
Especially the O-line. They want the sticker on their helmet, too.
Tyler Algier, and it's his turn into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Just a quick little run downhill. Bam, right up the gut. And he's going to bend it back. You see Werner cutting off. Right there on Harris.
Third down, 14, protected well, and Sanders underneath, pushing his way across the 35, but short of the first down. This season, 4 out of 12 on fourth down are the Panthers. Dalton hesitates, throws high, and incomplete. And stay on top through tiebreakers. Algier carries, and that's been the story of the second half, the run game. They've nearly doubled their average. Algier again.
Oh, no, now he's going to see when you bounce. That's another rule in 4-minute mode.
And now another field goal try from Younghoe Koo from 35 yards away.
You make so much progress, and one small mistake really hurts your team.
Quick toss across the 36-37 yard line for Carolina, or later this season.
Well, I think he's learning along the way. I think he needs to watch how a true professional... Oh!
Intercepted! Clark Phillips will take it inside the 5.
Wisely gets down.
And wanted to run the game, the clock out.
You know, it's hard to get guys to buy into a new system. And he took these guys down to Tampa, met with John Gruden, really worked on a bunch of stuff in the offseason, and he challenged these guys to be the best versions of themselves. And it's really starting to show up early in the season.